It's whack that the DNC won't let nobody they won't do no primaries next year, man. Do a primary debate. Put Joe Biden up on that stage with Bobby Kennedy, who's challenging him, and Marianne Williamson, and whoever steps up to the plate, and let's have a discussion, yo.
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about radio host Charlamagne the God saying that it's whack that the Democrats will not hold debates for the primary in 2024. And I agree with him 100%. And as a matter of fact, this kind of reminds me of another president in another country that America doesn't like too much right now for some reason, but different story. I digress. Now, if you're wondering, hey, ABL, who's this guy Charlamagne? Who is he? Why should I really care about him? Well, he's a very popular radio show host who has a large urban audience. And he's the guy that Joe Biden told the "you ain't black" remark to almost 3 years ago. Check it out.
It's a long way until November. We got more questions.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
It don't have nothing to do with Trump. It has to do with the fact I want something for my community.
So remember that whole thing, "you ain't black"? Yeah, that's the same Charlamagne about 3 years ago during the scamdemic. That whole thing was a mess. I mean, Biden didn't really campaign. He was just pretty much in the basement and still was able to quote unquote win. It's weird, but different story. I digress. It's crazy because, like I said, it's like another guy in a different country, right? They talk about Vladimir Putin. Oh, he's an autocrat. He's been there forever, and there's no opponents. Any opponent, they get silenced. They get put in the penitentiary. Well, how is what Joe Biden and the Democratic Party, how is what they're doing any or that much different than what Vladimir Putin is doing, or Xi Jinping, or any other autocrat, dictator, or whatever you want to call them? I can't tell the difference because you're silencing opposition. I did a story about how ABC News censored RFK Jr.'s interview. Now, is it because he's pushing misinformation, or is it because they're doing a job at the Democratic Party? Which one is it? Are they trying to look out for Pfizer and Moderna, Democratic Party, the federal government? What's going on? Same thing, Marianne Williamson. Why can't you have any opponents in the race? And I'm sure Gavin Newsom wants to run. So why is it just Joe Biden at 80 years old? He'll be 82 in 2024. And if he's successful, which he won't be, at the end of his term, he'd be 86 years old. Why? Like, what's really going on? Now, there's more from the Brilliant Idiots podcast where Charlamagne was talking about the situation. It's a short clip, but I'll place the full thing in the description box so you can see it for yourself. Let's see what these two guys, these two rocket scientists are talking about as it relates to the election and whatnot.
Biden running again?
Joe Biden, man, Biden. Listen, when you start your video off saying whatever, you put out your statement and it says, you're in condition to run.
Get out of here, bro. Democrats are goofies, bro. Look how goofy y'all are. Y'all really judge Trump and people who like Trump when you got this motherfucker running again?
The thing about these guys is that they are going to say stuff like this, but they won't outright say vote for Republicans. They'll say, Democrats and everybody are fine. They'll behave like this in the confines of being a liberal Democrat, but they won't go all the way over to the other side. That's generally what I see from guys like this. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Y'all let me know in the comments below how you feel about these guys.
What do you say?
Freedom.
Oh, Jesus.
The world is in shambles.
Around the country.
Aren't you embarrassed to be a Democrat?
America is in shambles. I'm not a Democrat.
So, yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Yeah.
So maybe Schultz is like Republican, but he knows Charlamagne is still within the confines of being a Democrat. He may try to say that he's some type of independent or I'm not really affiliated with either. You hear that a lot among guys like this. They'll say, I'm not either one. Watch.
Yeah, boy.
I'm not a Republican either.
Yeah, boy.
See?
I'm nothing.
See?
Yeah, I'm not saying you got to be a Republican.
I'm just out here.
What about you, Chris? You like Biden? You voting for Biden again?
I think we could use a fresh new person on the
That's
seat.
why it's whack that the DNC won't let nobody they won't do no primaries next year, man. Do a fucking primary debate.
So that's the whole thing. Like I said, this is the beginning part where he's talking about doing a debate, which they should do. But they're not going to do that. And what Schultz said, they're afraid or whatever. I'm not going to say the word that he said. They're afraid. They're not necessarily afraid. It's just like, look, we don't need to have anybody out there. We're going to go with Joe Biden. That's going to be the guy. And you guys are going to accept it. If you don't want Trump, if you don't want DeSantis, if you don't want the other guy, vote for him. That's your option. You're not going to get any other options on our side. That's the whole thing. They feel like this is our close. They feel like if it's Trump again and Biden again, it'll be the same outcome. That's their opinion. Now, I'm not sure if they've seen the country. I'm not sure if they've seen what's going on. We're in pretty bad shape right now. We got a whole lot going on. So that might play into it, but maybe they don't think so. Maybe they think that from their calculations and their ability to fundraise and their ability to indoctrinate people at a young age, up until now, when they turn 18 and go out there and vote, they're going to get everybody to go vote for Joe Biden. And I just did a video about the social media influencers being paid for by the Democratic Party indirectly. They're all going to play into the mix. They got a formula. They think it'll work. They could just put him in there, decrepit as ever. It doesn't really matter. No campaigning, no primary debates. They think it'll be a breeze. It's up to us to not make it be a breeze. Simple as that. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? How do you feel about Charlamagne saying that it's whack that there won't be any 2024 Democratic Party primary debates? Whatever your thoughts on that are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. It is whack. I'm glad he pointed it out, but you still going to vote Democrat regardless? Like Charlamagne and anyone that's similar to Charlamagne, you're saying it's whack, but when it comes time for the actual election, and let's say your choices are Biden or Trump, who you voting for? Voting for an inconsequential third party? Voting for yourself? Writing in Kanye West? What are you going to do? That's the question. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.